a lot of things I want to get off my chest. I hate this idea that you're the best. I am the best wrestler in the world.
First thing I want to be done is to get that piece of crap out of my ring. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
And it doesn't matter what you call it, whether it's called a Hell in a Cell, or Rage in the Cage, Canis in Uranus, the only thing that matters, which means he's gotta beat the game in the middle of the ring. And he has a $2 for a wife.
I was the greatest wrestler in history. Nobody ever walked out of an arena without saying, God, Ric Flair put on a show tonight. Holy, he did it all. Come out here and let's see what the Nature Boy has got for you.
So, and it was Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Mike Rotundo, they dad. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, this is their dad, really. And the way, because this is when he was doing that VK Wall Street gimmick, where he was like, you know, the Wall Street dude and everything like that. He had his hair all slicked back, and it was a certain way he turned his head, and I was like, that's Bray and Bo. The way he turned his head, you could see the two of them at the same time in his face.
At the same damn time?
Yeah, at the same damn time. Yeah. But it was crazy.
Yeah.
I just feel like it could be better if they used him. Honestly, I think the Wyatt family could be a lot bigger than. It should be like a freak show almost.
It should be a real family. Don't just have Bray and then everybody else is somebody else. You should have somebody else that's a Wyatt, you know, as well.
Bring Wyatt back. They throwing back in it. They should put Bro in it, and you know, honestly, they didn't throw a girl in there. Sister Abigail needs to be. Get one of them NXT girls. Let her be. You know.
But they've been teasing that for like ever since the whole Sister Abigail thing was introduced. Because a lot of people thought that it might have been Paige when she got called up, that she might have been Sister Abigail. Some people even said they would like to see Blue Pants as Sister Abigail, but I don't think. And that's something I forgot, Keda. We can mention this on this little part 2 of Raw. I forgot to mention about Blue Pants.
Okay, well, keep talking. We're recording.
I thought you was going to enter. You know, welcome to KedaNJay show.
I mean, no, fuck that. Say no. Welcome to Kiki. Because it's like
the conversation was flowing so smoothly. I guess she just hit that record button.
Pretty much.
Because that's how she do every time. She do that every single time.
That's how I prepare myself. I can't just like, I'm going to record it. I'm like, what I'm going to say. That's how I get Jay.
On the first episode, you caught me so off guard because we was like doing the show, bro. And then you was like, okay, welcome to the show. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I can't do it this time, but welcome to KedaNJay After Show with DJ.
Yeah.
There you go. See? Yeah, I always do that, so it's a habit. It was Jay. What episode was it? And it's like you ain't talk for like 30 seconds.
I think that was like was it the third episode?
I think it was. You was like going into detail or something. I just cut you off.
Yeah. And I say she get me like that every single time.
It's a habit. That's our little show thing.
And at first I would always think about, well, maybe I should edit this out, but then I was like, no, I just leave. It's because it's become like a running theme throughout every episode. Yeah. So now I'm just kind of used to it. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah. I think I took out that whole Cowboys thing you was going on the Cowboys last time, so that's not in there. So I need to delete that, by the way.
Not too much on the Cowboys, man. It's hard. You know, Romo's hurt. We weren't supposed to win that first game, but we did somehow. Just you know.
You a Cowboys fan?
I mean, I'm from Texas, so it's kind of like I have to be.
Oh, well, I'm not from
Texas. The Texans didn't exist like when I was growing up. Like we had the Oilers, but they went away in like the early '90s. So
yeah,
you kind of were forced to be a Cowboys fan if you grew up in Texas. It didn't matter what part of Texas you were from. It was just
the American team.
Yeah. yeah, that's very continued.
But DJ, you want to talk about Raw? Like, give a you start this one off. This after show.
Yeah.
All right, Raw started off with what was it, Randy Orton and not Dolph, was it Dolph Ziggler? No,
Dean Ambrose. He started the
Dean
show.
Ambrose. Yeah. First of all, Dean Ambrose has died down so hard. Like the way he was over last year versus now is just sad to look at. Like he's still over, but is not like it was last year. Like they should have gave him the ball last year.
I mean, Cena leaving soon. His little vacation. So
Mhm.
he
Let's see
might
how long that lasts.
be 4 weeks probably.
What they
Cena
said? What
could
is it?
snap. Cena could snap his spine. And he'd be back in 2 weeks. Like he's
Probably.
never gone long enough.
Well, they said this time he gonna be going to like December. So we'll see how if that's true.
Yeah.
He's in that Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he should get taken off. Yeah, taken out for come back. He should come back at the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
No, if he come out the Royal Rumble, that means he gonna win.
Not necessarily.
Well, he gonna be the last two in the ring.
Probably, but he don't have to win.
I want Cesaro to win the Royal Rumble for some.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I know.
that's not cool.
You want to see Cesaro win the Rumble? Buy WWE 2K16 and play the Universal. That's the only way he wins the Royal Rumble.
And even then, some kind of way they'll probably have it fixed to where you can't win with it.
Oh,
You have like a 70% rating and shit. And it's very hard to win matches with.
oh gosh.
You get all the way to the end and he still get thrown out. So.
Oh God, it's so DJ did you like how the whole thing with Kane and the Authority? Did you love that? Because that was shit.
Just it was cool until it got to the point where the phone was breaking up when they were talking, and it was just like, it's me. He's like, yeah, I know it's you. Just like it felt straight out of like one of them like 80s movies or some shit. It felt straight out of like one of them old Nickelodeon cartoons or something like that. Like, it's me. I'm in the main event. I know it's you, Kane, but who's in the main? Like, come on.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Because I'm sorry to interrupt, but when we did the part one, Jay was saying that they wasn't there because somebody started to see.
Yeah, the whole CM Punk chance. That's why Stephanie and Triple H was not there, because if they would have been there, they definitely would have got their chant.
I'm to the point now where they used to be funny to chants, but now they get annoying to me because the longer CM Punk's been out of the company, like as an in-ring worker, he's one of my favorites. He's single-handedly the reason I started back watching. I started watching. You hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you said same here. I thought you said something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's single-handedly the reason I started watching. It wasn't that week it happened, but it was maybe a few weeks before when they were building that storyline. Like, I had some people was telling me, like, this guy's real good, check him out. And then so happened, I was watching, like, the week before he did the pipe bomb, and then the next week I was like, okay. But, I didn't really realize it was scripted at first. I was like, I hadn't watched it so long. I didn't know what kind of line. I didn't even know they were PG.
Yeah. Between us three, I'm like the only one who watched it.
Yeah, see, Keda watched that whole transitional period.
And you know what DJ do? Because I don't know, I'm not sure that Jay listened to Wrestling Soup. Did you listen to Wrestling Soup like a couple of weeks ago? He was I think it was Mish or Joey. They was talking about how the younger fans was in the era of John Cena. So I guess I was in the era of John Cena.
Yeah, I mean, when he said that, my thing is, I understand where he was coming from, but he has to remember there were some of us who were actually still watching videotapes, VHS. I grew up to where I'm a little bit older than you, but I'm not, as old as Jay. So it's like, I'm in between y'all. It was like, I still did a little of the tape trading. So if someone had like Survivor Series 96 on, like, recorded somewhere, I'd get that from them in school because like there was no YouTube, there was no torrent sites, there was no network, none of that.
Yeah, it was dead.
A lot of the older stuff. So it was kind of like, I wouldn't say, well, I was a little bit before the Cena era, but I wouldn't say I grew up on Stone Cold. I still saw like all those shitty 97 pay-per-views, like I said, you know.
And that's all the shitty 2007 pay-per-views in a way. So
and now I'm seeing the shitty 2014 and 15 pay per view. So
yeah, I mean we all
so
kind of clashing together.
yeah, exactly.
Everyone's hard on right now. Even though I didn't watch wrestling in this era since the network, I've basically been filled in everything from '05 to 2011. I've basically been filled in. Can we admit that some of this shit is still better than the eras of like the 2000?
DJ, finish what you were saying.
I'm just saying, like, I look at the Divas for compared to that time period. I'm like watching some of them. Like, I just go to the pay-per-views and like, I'll how you can skip forward on the network. I'll go to the Divas match and they just be like, okay, be some random girl named Ashley versus some other random girl named whatever the fuck her name is. I'm just like, this just isn't good. I'm like, who are these people? Like, they never talk about you. They never talk about. There's some girl with her hat on backwards. I'm like, who are these people?
Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking about Ashley Mazzaro?
Yep.
Yeah, and they had there's all these random people I've never like. It's like you hear them bring up the Melinas, they bring up Kelly, but they never reference. They had like a lot of these girls. I'm like, who are these people?
Yeah, Keda, wasn't that around the time when they was doing the Diva search?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So they had like a lot of random people that they just we'll give you a little contract. You get to.
They had like 20 divas on the roster. They probably used like 4.
I didn't even realize Alicia Fox came from that era. Like, I had no idea.
Yeah, she been there for a minute. What, like 10 years?
Almost.
I didn't. It was the network I saw. She had a storyline with Edge. I'm like, oh, she been around that long? I thought she was like, I thought she came in around the time like the Funkadactyls or something.
Nah, she been there for a minute. Remember, I kind of watched that whole era of wrestling, unfortunately.
Also, to kind of sidetrack for a second, when DJ said Alicia Fox, this is a Walking Dead thing. It's a lot of people compare
for the Walking Dead.
but they say that Abraham is Sheamus and Sasha is Alicia Fox.
Yeah, her and Sasha look just alike, like exactly like they had the same forehead, everything.
Well, y'all got to send me a picture of this.
Yeah, just Google Sasha Walker Dead. Like her and Alicia Fox are like twin sisters. Like
and then the dude on there that played Abraham, he looks like Sheamus before he got the mohawk.
Yeah, like that 2012 Sheamus, 2013.
Yeah. So that's just people. Wrestling fans are crazy. I mean, we see.
Oh, she do though.
We see wrestling in everything, pretty much. So.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, okay. Because I kept like clicking the button because the dog is crazy. Yeah, she do look like. Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it's funny that her character name is Sasha.
Yeah. Okay. What the hell? Yeah. But anyway. But what else happened on Raw did you like, DJ, or you hate at this point?
I have a lot I hate, so let me get to the brief stuff I like. Because I think we can all go on a major. I don't know what y'all did, but we all know. But the good thing I like the New Day. They funny. I like how they a lot of the comedy scenes original. You could tell they come up with it themselves. It's not being written for them. And the Cena match. Sadly, I'm not a Cena hater, but Cena. His match was good though, but you know the outcome. But I don't hate Cena when he tries. I mean, I'm definitely not a fan, but I don't just blindly hate him. But that's really the only good I have to say. The only good. Everything else is. I don't know if y'all want to get on the finish. I don't know if y'all want to get on a lot of stuff that happened at Ruru.
Okay. Well, but before we move on to Ruru, what did you think doing the? Because we talked about this on when we recorded earlier. But what did you think about the whole stoppage of the match for Cena to announce that there was a wedding proposal that that went on in the crowd? What did you think of that?
Well, first of all, it did nothing to me, in my opinion. It did nothing but bury Dolph Ziggler. It made Dolph Ziggler look so insignificant that the ref didn't even care to count it. Because wasn't Dolph Ziggler outside of the ring while this was happening?
He rose Cause it was weird how that went down. He rolled out of the. I was like, why is he rolling out of the ring? And then it's like a microphone just appeared in John Cena's hand, and then he's like, and there's a wedding proposal, and she said yes. It's like, what the hell? Like, what is this? Cause and like I told Keith, I said right at that moment, I flipped the channel to Steelers and the Chargers. I was like, I can't look at this right now. What the hell is this, man?
Thanks to this show, it made me not change the channel. I went to go get some water, so I was like, nah, I'm good.
Man, it hurt Dolph Ziggler more than anything. It's like, yeah, Dolph Ziggler doesn't matter, whatever. Get him out the ring. Let's Cena do something else.
Yeah, it's like, okay, why did they feel that was significant?
That's what happens when you holler at Cena's girl.
Well, and to be honest, she was Dolph's girl first, but
Oh God, really, Total Divas, really? You want to do that right now, really?
no, this ain't got nothing to do with Total. I'm talking about in real life history. She was Dolph Ziggler's girlfriend first.
I know, but they kind of end the season with that.
No. So you trying to bring that up? We not talking about that.
Yeah, next season if they have a next season. Well, yeah.
I told you it's gonna be on the network. They go if the ratings is truly bad on E, they will finesse Total Divas over to WWE Network.
They should make a spinoff show called Total Superstars, but it should only follow people like Fandango and Tyler Breeze, and they should hire Val Venus back just so they can put him on it.
What the hell?
They should get like Shawn Michaels. Somehow they should get Shawn Michaels circa 1995. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but somehow they should get that Shawn Michaels and put him on the show.
You have a hell of an imagination. Oh, okay, because when you were saying Fandango, I'm like, oh, okay, he want all the jobbers to have a show. Stuff for Tyler Breeze. Matter of fact, Tyler Breeze was on the ESPN special. If you go to his Twitter page, I think it's on there. Like, I think it's like a clip though, but he did an ESPN special recently.
Just think about it. They could all be on the show, getting their hair done and arguing with each other while they're getting their hair done. Like, it'd be great.
Oh gosh.
I'd watch it every week.
Well, that would be more entertaining than some of the crap we get right now.
Sure. Okay, speaking of Total Divas, okay, we'll start with you first, DJ. Since you actually watch Total Divas like I do, more than Jay will ever watch it. Okay, I can't remember how many people on Total Divas because they always switch out. So name 7 girls that you would want from any era of wrestling you would like on Total Divas.
All right.
The cast.
I definitely want Ivory because she looks like she'll fight a motherfucker. Like, I like that. Ivory look like she'll throw some hands.
Yeah.
Let me get AJ because I don't think AJ bought that life. And I like to see her get in a conflict and just see her back down. I don't.
You don't think her Chuck's gonna save her? Her Chucks or her Chuck Taylors?
AJ gives me that vibe that she lost a lot of fights growing up. I just get that vibe from her. Like,
Possible.
Well, what else? I don't know where that came from, but anyway.
It's the after show, ladies and gentlemen.
What else? You could throw I guess you could keep Naomi on there because her little stories. I guess she's the only one who seems human on the show.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
her and her.
From like certain episodes that I saw the first season. Yeah, she seemed the most, down to earth and the most real. It didn't seem scripted. The stuff with her and her Uso, because I don't never know which one it is. So I just say her Uso.
Did I send you a picture with all the Uso brothers? Did I send you that one?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
they look all goddamn. They look like one person just been copied. Like, Jesus Christ. That's what they look like.
Well, we know if like somebody cheat on somebody, we like, hey, it's not my son. But
yeah.
But yeah. But who else, DJ? That's 3.
Let me see. I throw Trish on there, but it'd be cool if they would have had it back then, because Trish just seems like when she was around, it seemed like it was more extravagant with the shit she was doing versus Nikki Bella. What they're on E! News sometimes on the red carpet, but They might be in the magazine every now and then, but Trish was like everywhere. She was a celebrity outside of just being a wrestler.
Yeah.
So it would have been kind of interesting to see like all the shit she does, like on with this magazine, on with this, versus just little shit every now and then. Of course, it would have been cool to see Lita. I guess you can have the pages in there because you got to kind of have some of the new blood. I guess not. The show's made me dislike her, but I guess.
You know what? I was excited to see Paige on the season. It was different, and then like the next season, this last season, I'm just like, I don't care. Like it's weird when Rosa. I know like what really Rosa when it was Rosa, Alicia Fox, and Paige. I actually liked that though. I don't know. It was different. You know what I mean? It was different because you had the Bellas and Eva Marie doing their own thing. And I don't think was Naomi on that season, or they dropped her and bring her back or whatever they
That's
did.
the one where they dropped her and put like Summer Rae on there.
Oh yeah, when she smacked Natty in the wrong, smacked her in the face and the blood came on the wrong side. Yeah, that's
That was the day I knew that I was like, this is definitely fake. Like I figured it was already kind of like set up scenarios, like kind of like how they do the Love and Hip Hops, to where their reactions may be real, but they kind of set up like, hey, we're gonna put you in these rooms with people you don't like, and we're gonna give y'all a lot of liquor. I thought it was like that at first, but that's not like that's just bullshit.
Yeah, but you could tell some of that stuff like in glances of it. You could tell some of that is like really their personality. Like this a little bit. Like certain things you could tell. Like for
Yeah,
instance,
like if someone gets injured and they show that, that's kind of real, I guess.
yeah, yeah. So Jay, who would you pick? I think I asked you this before, Jay. Who would you pick for your
Yeah,
divas?
mine would be interesting because a lot of these women, one of them is actually, two of three actually are passed away now.
Okay, can I just guess real quick? Just
Go
for
ahead.
me.
Go ahead.
Sherry,
One.
um, Medusa. I'm just saying Medusa.
Yep. Two.
Uh, damn. Y'all gonna think I'm so stupid. What's the one with Mae Young? The longest champion?
Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah, Fabulous Moolah. No.
The two of them. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna be an a-hole and say China.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Since you
I ain't
name
trying to-
Huh.
you name four, and I add Sunny, Molly Holly, and Jackie. Yep. That would be the
Okay.
same. That would be the
That's
same.
pretty solid. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid.
But it would be priceless to see, so like, okay, because Sherry and Medusa didn't like each other, so, and I'm talking about like didn't like each other in real life, because there's a interview that the two of them did when around the time they was in ECW, and they got into a fight in a hotel lobby. That's one of the funniest things ever, because Medusa always wore jeans, so it was easy for her to move around, but Sherry always wore a dress, so it's kind of so she always, it's kind of hard to try to fight somebody when she was in a dress.
It depends what type of dress, though. I gotta say that.
No, this is a dress where if she, got turned the wrong way, you kind of saw everything.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
So let's say they didn't like each other, and then of course you got Mae Young, who probably, like everybody always say, was probably the toughest woman alive. So she probably, wouldn't care. You remember that? You remember the bachelor party for Stephanie McMahon when they was all sitting around and everything and drinking, and Mae Young had the flask. Well, that's probably like how Mae Young was in real life. So you probably see a lot of that. And then of course all the messy drama stuff with Sunny and all her business. So.
Oh yeah, that's footage for hours and days.
So right there, I mean, but that would have been ratings gold if they could have that to happen at that time.
They have the network though. I mean, minus the deceased people, they could film these people doing shit on the network. Like this is shit we will watch.
Yeah, but I mean, I mean, with Sunny, I mean, if you pay a certain amount, you can see her on Skype. So.
Yeah, I guess you can see it.
You can see it on Skype.
Good
Did
gosh.
you honestly? I mean, because you were really actively watching when she was on TV. Like, did you ever see that coming for her?
No, I really did. It was I don't know. Maybe because of I mean, well, it was always rumored that she was a heavy drug addict. I mean, back in the day, but you never saw it come across on TV. But I think after Chris Candino died, I think that's when she kind of just fell off the rails for real. And since then, it's just been problem after problem after problem. To be honest with you, if I mean, I know DDP. If DDP can help Scott Hall and Jake Roberts get back on track, he should be able to help her get back on track too.
Jake
So
Roberts was the worst case scenario.
yeah, I mean,
I think he was
like I
worse
said,
off than Scott Hall.
yeah, yeah, and Scott Hall was pretty bad, but Jake, yeah, I agree. Jake was even worse, and Jake is one of my favorites. Matter of fact, the two of them are two of my favorites, and I admit it when they were announced that they was going into the Hall of Fame, I actually got teary eyed.
Would you get teary-eyed if China go in the Hall of Fame?
China doesn't need to go to the Hall of Fame. If you ask me, I don't cut nobody off, but
No, you fine.
China, I was talking about Lita and Trish overrated. China may be the most overrated woman of all time. I don't care who. I gotta say that.
She's overrated, but I'll say this: she was when you comparing what women have done. I mean, like I say, even though it might have been all backstage push wise because of who she was involved with, Triple H,
The
but
game.
yeah. So, but even with that, she is the first woman. I mean, she was a woman who got physical with the men when she was just Triple H bodyguard. She she was the first and only female Intercontinental Champion. She is the only woman to be in the Royal Rumble. She was the first. And then when it came out that there was actually a push for her to even win the WWF at the time title. So she did a lot of firsts, especially with this whole thing about Divas Revolution. You can't erase her from that when she was the first to do a lot of this stuff, even though she did not look like a supermodel doing it. So she's overrated, but at the same time, she deserves her place in the Hall of Fame since they are the one who build her up. So at the same time,
Well,
so,
if you base it on that, you're right. I agree on that. But me, my thing is always look at the Hall of Fame because even when you go back to the people like Jake the Snake, when you go to people like Scott Hall, Jake the Snake basically revolutionized the way people cut their promos. He made the
yeah,
way you didn't have to scream, you
yeah,
didn't have to be this over the top flamboyant wrestler. He made to where you could just be a crazy motherfucker. Like
yeah.
it wouldn't be Bray Wyatt's, it wouldn't be Randy Orton's. Sometimes Randy Orton. It wouldn't be a lot of people if
When
it wasn't
it,
for Jake the Snake
it wouldn't be a Raven, it wouldn't be a DDP.
at all.
Yeah,
And
so
when Razor Ramon, I guess in a sense I could compare the Razor Ramon thing to a China, but Razor Ramon wasn't necessarily pushed to be what it was, but he was
no,
so controversial and he basically revolutionary like the whole him jumping to WCW. That shit was a big deal.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
so off that alone, it's kind of like yeah, that's a Hall of Fame spot. So yeah, when you put it like that, yeah, I'm just more so basing it off of like her in ring. That shitty forearm and that little
Yeah.
half-ass pedigree shit, dude, I wasn't really a fan of. But her matches against Jericho and Jeff Jarrett were just horrible. I hated them,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I mean,
yeah, when you put it in that, yeah,
I like when she was with Eddie Guerrero for a minute. I liked that.
yeah,
Latino Heat.
that worked really good because she basically helped get Eddie Guerrero over to become what he became. I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say she's the reason, but she definitely helped get him out there and
Yeah.
separate him from the pack of the radicals.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh no, I'm just listening to y'all because I was dealing with my brother.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, he don't
You
feel well. He don't feel well. Yeah, but what else happened? The news. DJs, any news you want to talk about?
Um,
Like,
they
did you
say
hear?
Blue. I
Huh?
heard Blue Pants was leaving.
yes,
What?
yeah, that's what I
Oh,
was gonna bring up. Yeah. Well, because both of y'all know that Blue Pants is not under a WWE contract.
I thought she got a contract though.
No, she's an independent um
I know.
worker.
Yeah.
She's an independent worker.
Right,
She
I knew that, but I thought she got one
nope,
recently. Oh
nope,
wow.
nope. She's never signed an official W. They have her like on an independent where they pay her by her appearances. She don't actually have a WWE contract. That's why a lot of the women wrestlers and even some of the men, don't like her. That's why I don't know if you ever noticed, like when she would have matches, the way Corey Graves would talk about her, like how did she get in the building? Why is she here and stuff like that. It's basically because she had a lot of backstage heat because of the fact that she can come and go as she want. Plus, all her merchandise and sales, she keeps all 100% of that money. It
Right.
don't it don't nothing goes to WWE because she's an independent, free. She's basically freelance in a sense.
Right, but she wants to be a part of that, but they just don't sign her. So.
But well, no, it's not that. No, she don't sign.
Oh,
It's not.
she doesn't. Oh, I thought
Yeah,
I
she
thought
yeah
Yeah,
she
they
don't.
she
definitely
wanted.
want her because they see the money in her. It's just,
Yeah, because they
Okay.
see how. I
Oh,
mean, the fact that she dresses like a doggone X-Men character. She dressed like an X-Men character,
yeah.
and her character name is Blue Pants. Really? And that has gotten over in the NXT. So they want to capitalize on that, but she won't allow them to.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the opposite. I thought she won. I thought I heard a podcast that she wanted to be a part, but they just okay. Well,
think about it, they change her gimmick around. They do so much to that if they had the chance, like they do with
Yeah,
everyone else.
yeah. Well, I mean, if she could like keep doing this for a while, she
but
good.
I think I heard the reason why she's leaving is because of all the flack that she's getting from people backstage and stuff like that. So
Well,
Blame her though. Like, imagine what they're gonna do to Sasha Banks. Look what they've already kind of done to Charlotte. She has the belt, but she doesn't seem like she's the focal point.
yep, that's something I've told Keda too.
she's a placeholder according
She's
to
a place.
Paige.
She's a
She's gonna
placeholder.
have a match next pay per view, and if she is, it's almost like you're seeing more of Nikki Bella and Paige than you are anything with Charlotte. It's like I don't know.
Plus, didn't Charlotte lose that match that they had here on Monday?
Don't give me the line.
I think she did. Because she was in the. Okay, she wasn't in the.
Yeah,
She
she
wasn't.
did. She do lose. She did lose because remember I was like Paige said that those her girls and then she went to do something to
Yeah,
Natalia. Yeah, she. I think she got the pin though. I'm not sure. I mean, I think one of the Bellas pinned her.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was her laying in the middle of the ring, and then the Bellas and Alicia Fox getting their hand raised. So it's like, yeah, they just basically she's a placeholder for she's the female Seth Rollins right now.
Yeah. It was. Wait a minute. Hold on. You said the Bellas. Wait a minute. I thought the Bellas had a match for Naomi, and I thought it was.
It might have been last week. Like I said, all the
Uh,
Raws kind of run together on these.
oh
So
no, because it okay. It was two matches
yeah, it was
on
two.
Raw. It was I know the one. Remember Sasha Banks was outside with Tamina, and they was doing the Sasha Banks chant. So I thought all the Bellas was out in that match. They came back out and had another match.
Yeah, because in the first match it was Naomi versus Nikki, and then in the second one it
Oh,
was Brie and Alicia. Yeah.
okay. So basically using the Bellas twice. Gotcha. Okay, I was
Yes.
like, yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
This is
Oof.
a question though. I mean, it's kind of on top, kind of off. Is it sad that I kind of hoped that Brie Bella got injured when Sasha knocked her off the table?
no,
Is
look,
that wrong?
no,
Yeah,
no,
no. Yes,
yeah.
because we don't want people to actually get injured, and then
No, I
if
don't
she
want her to
get
like get
injured,
hurt, but just
it,
off the TV hurt, not like your career. She's
it was
gone.
nice when Sasha did that to her. But the like we said on the part one, and Jay was like, Brie was annoying when she was like, what she's like,
We
let's
want
go,
Sasha. No,
Sasha.
we want Sasha. We
It
want
sounds so dry.
Sasha.
Like
Yeah, it's like,
it was
jeez.
dry as hell. I was like, and we care
Now
because
you see, that's where Chris Jericho should have just popped up and said, "Will you please shut the hell up?" That would have been perfect for him to just pop up at that time, just for that.
yeah, it was yeah. I mean, you gonna see the Bellas on TV for a while, DJ. So.
Ugh.
Or, like,
I mean, oh, did DJ? Did we talk to you with the Iron Man match? Did we talk to you about that?
oh no.
So, what did you think about that? Screw Raw.
Yeah, because I mean, we can literally briefly just say, I'm sure we'll get to the ending of Raw at some point.
Yeah.
So I'm sure. But the Iron Man match, I mean, it was good. Like, it's really nothing I can really nitpick. I've seen a lot of people say shit about it. I mean, I think it was a good match. Like, probably the only Iron Man match I actually sat straight through without at any point getting up. Maybe it's because it was 30 minutes instead of an hour, but I mean,
It didn't feel like 30 minutes to me.
it went by so quick. Like, it felt like a regular length match. Honestly, it went by so fast.
Well, the whole show went by fast.
Yeah, the whole show was a good show, like we said before.
I mean, honestly, it was a good match. I mean, I liked a lot of spots they pulled. I like, they took risk. I mean, I might have saw maybe a botch or two, but nothing too.
Thank you. I knew I saw botch. What did you see a botch at? What did you see a botch?
All right, it was one where it looked like Bailey slammed Sasha on like her neck or something, like maybe more than she meant to.
Okay.
Yeah, but I look at that more as Sasha kind of messed that up more so than Bailey did.
Yeah. I can
Because
see
you remember they did that twice, and the first time she flipped all the way through. The second time it's like she kind of half did it and almost came down on her head. So.
And what was your second botch? Was it with the pin? Like one?
not even notice a pin one. It was
Okay.
the second botch. It was more of a nitpick botch. I wouldn't call it a full blown botch, but it was something they were doing in the corner, and it was the way Sasha landed. It just looked like she didn't intend to land as hard on her back as she did. In ways, Sasha reminds me kind of like how Lita used to wrestle. Not like skill wise, but I mean how Lita used to like injure herself on accident. Like a lot of her injuries were her fault. Like I feel like that's gonna happen with Sasha because I wouldn't say she's sloppy. It's just I don't know.
It's kind of like it's kind of like what Dolph Ziggler do a lot of times. It's like you want to sell so hard, but you oversell it to where you almost hurt yourself.
Selling the because you really hurt yourself for real.
Yeah. No, yeah, I understand that. Cause
I don't want to turn out like Daniel Bryan because
Jesus,
the division needs Sasha Banks. Like they need her. I think they realizing backstage how bad people need her. Like
yeah. Because I said on that part one, I said something about I can't wait till they break up this tag team, this group, and I hate when they break up groups so early. And I was saying I would like to see Sasha versus Naomi feud.
Well, they are kind of leading towards that. Like I told you earlier, they're kind of leading towards that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's gonna be interesting. They're gonna have good matches. So yeah. As long as there no Bellas in this one, we cool. Let the Bellas stay with Charlotte in them. That's fine. I don't care. But let this feud continue.
Yeah, let this build up, because like we talked about too. The fact we thinking that the seeds will be planted heavily between Naomi and Tamina versus Sasha after Hell in a Cell, and then they could build this feud up. It could go through Survivor Series, and then they could end it at TLC, since TLC is going to be in Boston, which we all know is Sasha's hometown.
They should do the first ever, well, not first ever, if you look at all of wrestling, but I mean for WWE, they should do the first ever Divas TLC match. I think Sasha Banks could pull it off.
Yeah, but we asking for somebody to get hurt.
Because Sasha Banks could be the fall guy. I mean, we know she's willing to take the bumps. Just let her be the fall guy. The only other person on the main roster I could see that be willing to take bumps is maybe. You just gave me a lot to think about. I thought about that shit. I don't know.
I can see Becky and Charlotte.
More so Becky. I don't see Charlotte.
Yeah, I can see Becky being willing, but then they'd have to quickly build. Well, no, TLC is kind of a bit away. Maybe they could build a Becky rivalry up but I think they should definitely do something to where it's different. Because I mean, honestly, I would have liked to see a Divas Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Just would have done much. It would have probably been nothing more than maybe at some point one of them got thrown into the cage. But I mean, it would have been. It wouldn't have went any further than that. But
Okay, DJ, when you listen to part one, we kind of got into that discussion about the ladder match and Money in the Bank. When you listen to that, yeah, you like, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like I said, we asking for Nikki to get hurt, basically. But
Oh, but I think that's what we all want. Ultimately, we want to, we
no,
all.
because whoever's in the match and she gets hurt, we will not see them on TV for a very long
Oh,
time.
yeah.
As
So
long
we
as John Cena around, dun, 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 dun. I didn't do that last year.
no, you didn't, thankfully.
I handle her with child safe gloves and shit. Like
Exactly. You gotta drop her like like a feather or something.
you end up like Bubba Ray when he thought he hurt Triple H back in the day.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, man.
Unfortunately. Oh well, DJ. Well, back to Raw real quick. What did you think about the Roman Reigns promo?
He shot himself in the head with a revolver. Like he didn't even do it once. He let off like 3 bullets before he actually died. Like,
Gosh.
and he can blame no one but himself.
Responsibility and fault goes to him and WWE. I mean, it's not all his fault. WWE got to take a loss in this too, in the sense that everyone knows that they are trying to build him to be Cena 2.0, and that is not who he is. And they know this because the way they build him up and all this kind of stuff is bad. He's regressed on the microphone, and the fact that the crowds are going at him the way they're going at him is they shouldn't have let him be out there by himself. They should have had maybe Renee Young interview him. They should have had either JoJo. Hell, throw Byron Saxton in there. Do something. But don't let him pick up that microphone by himself and try to carry that. Because it was cringeworthy to have to sit through that. It went from being funny to sad.
That was beyond it.
Yeah,
Single-handedly the worst promo I've seen all year. And I mean, I'm thinking of a lot I've seen. Single-handedly the worst, and his definite worst promo.
because I told Keith it was almost like how the New York crowd did John Cena at One Night Stand. I said it is not that bad, but it was pretty close. It was pretty
But
close
the
to that.
difference between Cena is sadly, whether we like him or not, Cena can cut a good promo.
He
At
can, and
least with Cena, you knew they were shitting on him just because they just didn't like him. The crowd has been giving, I said, wow. The crowd has been giving Reigns a chance.
Randy.
The crowd has been giving Roman a chance, and it's like he blew it.
But like I say, but it's not all 100% his fault because he, like I say, WWE know what they doing. And like I say, we as fans are not stupid because of how everything is now. We know
We
that they
not.
try.
We not. So Ruru didn't propose
So,
to Austin.
look, no, we'll get to that in a second.
Oh, so
But
we're not brain damage.
no, we're not.
Okay,
But
awesome.
but
Continue.
but I mean the way like I said, they know that we know that they're trying to build him as Cena 2.0, and they know how fans react to Cena, and I mean we at the point now where we just kind of tolerate John Cena at this point, but nobody wants to see another John Cena come along. They don't want to see that. So that's why I think a lot of that hatred and animosity is that stop trying to force this guy onto us. We don't want what you're trying to make him out to be. If they let him maybe be more natural about like who he truly is, kind of like how they let Dean Ambrose be somewhat a variation of who he truly is, and how they let Bray Wyatt kind of be who he is in a sense. Hell, even Luke Harper, they let him, be who he is. But it's like they not letting Roman Reigns truly be who he is, and they know he's not strong on the microphone. So let somebody else talk for him or guide his promo in a sense, opposed to letting him just run with the microphone.
Right, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I mean, we know practice. Well, practice from him probably not gonna make perfect. Because if you look at it, Daniel Bryan, he's not great on the mic, but he's okay. You know what I'm saying? If he gets to that point, he just comfortable. Like I said last time, just give him a couple words. Remember a couple months ago, they gave him like 2 sentences to say, like less than 30 seconds. That's his character. Like you said, he should have a manager or something.
Yeah.
Just cut it down. Like I told
Honestly,
you on the part one, they did that because they didn't want Seth Rollins out there cutting a damn promo in circles. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest though. We're gonna rewind this all the way back a long time ago. They should have never broken the Shield up. They should have still been the Authority's henchmen. They should have never stopped that. Like looking back at it, it just seems like it would have been better off for all three of them.
Probably so, but
what would you do with
You
them
could have
though?
still let Dean Ambrose have his same personality, but kind of in a dark way. He could have
yeah.
been like a heel version of what he's already doing now. Reigns could have just been the muscle, and Seth Rollins could have just been Seth Rollins. He could have still been. They could have still put the belt on him. It could have all worked out, and it would just
Yeah.
literally like it's been a domino effect of just shit after bullshit after bullshit. Just because they didn't have to break them up. They just really didn't. Looking
But
back at it.
But I think we all can agree too that even with them being broken up, Roman Reigns is the one that's gotten the worst of it all, in a sense. Because
Yep.
I mean, even though Seth is looked at as a weak champion, he is the world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose is the number 2 selling as far as merchandise. Then you got Roman Reigns, who it kind of all starts at the Royal Rumble. We all know that night. It starts there, and then it's a domino effect after that. The man has progressively gotten worse, and like I say, he's the one that's getting the true short end of this stick. Even though they all kind of getting a short stick here, but he's on the real bottom of that pole. So
Right, but you know what? Like this rewind when they first broke up, that you had to admit that Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose got the shitty part at first. I'm talking about far as like the music. They let Roman Reigns keep his music, the interest, the whole gimmick. He was just solo, and then Dean Ambrose got some crazy silly music, and no, not Dean. Rollins got some. They got the shitty part of it, but somehow they just went up more than he did.
but that's
Do you think
because
a part of them knew that Reigns needed the music still, and he basically needed the Shield outfit? Do you think that had something to do with it?
I believe that.
Yeah,
They knew
yeah,
he needs this music to make it.
Yeah.
probably because that was their number one guy, and then your number one guy is between. I'm gonna say for me personally, it's between Dean and Seth. I know Seth is in this horrible promo. I mean storyline, but it's just them two like. They up there, and then he's like down and looking up like yeah, and then that's their future is Roman Reigns, like that's their next guy they trying to build up. And like Jay said before, they pushing him down our throats as a new Cena is not working for him. Like, get him a manager. I wouldn't say Paul Heyman, because I was
No.
excited with Paul Heyman when we right back, and then that just went downhill. But I don't know.
I mean, sure they can, but that's the thing too. They don't have that's and like you said, a manager, but they don't. The only manager, true quote unquote manager that they have is Paul Heyman. I mean, Summer Rae is not a manager.
Oh God, I think we saw just the last of her this week. I hope
Lana is not a manager.
she's a valet. Yeah.
What happened to Zeb Coulter? What happened to him?
Oh
Apparently, he's
yeah.
still on the contract. I saw something a few days ago that said he's still on the contract.
Did,
But
did you
where
see?
is it?
I'm sorry. Did you see? Oh God, what's his
Jack
name?
Swagger?
Yes. I was like, he got the job. Bless his heart.
Yeah, he's still around, but I mean, if he had somebody like a Zeb Coulter, or hell, even bring Teddy Long back to be a manager, because that's what he was. He was a manager.
Oh
Hell,
no, don't.
he I mean, but he was a manager, somebody that could help him along, do the talking for him, type of thing, show him the ropes as far as promo and help him out like that. That's what I mean.
Okay, because
So
if they bring him back, we're gonna have 6-man tag teams, and we ain't.
no, not he don't have to be the commissioner,
Oh,
or,
God.
general manager. He don't do nothing like that, but be just like a strict manager
Okay.
type of deal. But he needs something, because him by himself right now is not working.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So we're gonna go into Ruru.
Yeah, just Ruru and then Kane
Oh
and then
boy.
get the hell out of here. Yeah.
How pissed off were they backstage when that TMZ news came out? Because you could tell it was forced, and they probably had no plans of ever acknowledging. Even though us smart fans, we knew it already. We knew they were together, but
Well,
TMZ breaking their story just.
that's kind of something that I mentioned in our part one. I was like that WWE kind of shot themselves in the foot by acknowledging it because of the fact that, like you say, we already know that they're in a real life relationship. So for them to acknowledge it and then do that shitty that turn with Summer Rae, making reference to it and all that, and then slapping him and then leaving. It's like, so where do we go? I tweeted that out. I was like, where do we go from here with Ruru? Where do we go? Because now,
Ruru.
I imagine they literally won't acknowledge it next week.
so okay, and if they don't do that, that makes it even worse. So it's like, why acknowledge it the first time if you're not even going to carry along with it? Because then, okay, so by that virtue, Dolph Ziggler has no reason to feud with Rusev anymore. Because if him and Lana is going to be together, then you don't need Dolph to feud with him. And then, okay, so what? Do he go after the U.S. title again? Do he go after Kevin Owens for the IC title?
That's
This
why
reminds
Ziggler
me
was
a lot
with.
of.
I'm sorry.
Oh no! I was gonna say this reminds me a lot of the storyline, the beginning of the Triple H and Stephanie storyline. But the only difference is we actually cared about that storyline.
Yeah,
But
because I mean,
when Russo left in the middle of developing it and they didn't know what to do, it
yeah,
reminds me of that. Except it's almost like a part of me feels like a lot of us wouldn't care if they just kind of didn't acknowledge it anymore because we didn't like it in the first place. But a part of it feels like y'all still kind of got to stick with the script and kind of make it flow out. But it's like I don't really know what they can do.
yeah. But you have to remember too, people actually liked it. Test back at that time. So to see how that happened with him, getting shitted on and everything, it was kind of a bummer because they had built Test. Test, I don't know how Test didn't win any titles. Because he got over. He was over, but
Didn't he win the Intercontinental Championship or was it the tag team belts?
like he was a
Those
tag
belts
team
don't
champ.
count.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Those belts don't count.
It's a belt.
So
It's a belt somewhere.
yeah, but I mean, but I mean, because like I said, I watched that before I started watching the old Nitro stuff, and I was like, damn, I forgot how over Test was, and when that whole thing happened, you did feel bad for the man because Triple H. Well, at the time, we thought Triple H had drugged Stephanie, and she didn't have anything to do with it, and then you find out that she really did because it was all about. But I like how they actually had some continuity. Her whole reasoning for siding with Triple H was because of the fact that Vince had sacrificed her to the Undertaker some months back. So that made sense for why she, came up with her evil master plan. But this whole thing don't make no sense, especially when they trying to acknowledge a real life thing, opposed to where everything is supposed to, storyline wise. Everyone knows this is all storyline wise, but then they acknowledge a real thing and then you break up the on-screen couple of him and Summer Rae. It's like, why do that? That makes
They're
no sense.
doing it to appease the casual fans and I think even the casual fans, I mean, if you follow any one of them on Instagram, you knew there were a couple.
Yeah,
It's almost like I don't know who they're trying to appease by doing this.
exactly.
Like they might as well just get on the mic next Monday. Look, wrestling's fake. Y'all know it's fake. Just continue the show. Come
Have,
out here, y'all have a match.
have Vince come out like after the week after the white limousine blew up and he had to acknowledge, well, what happened with me was storyline, but this is a real. Everybody have to do that.
Do y'all remember when Stephanie McMahon tried to do that whole thing when I think the week after when she was it the week after he died and well supposed to die and she came out there's like I miss you daddy and then JR was like oh, she's here or something like that. I'm like really we're not stupid yeah I mean I understand it's a storyline but yeah that all went down the drain after that you
It
know
makes no sense. It really makes no
but
sense.
yeah what do you think about the Kane storyline DJ?
Ah, Kane. A part of me is entertained. I mean, my gripe is basically the same as everyone's gripe about how Raw ended. But I mean, as far as Kane just individually, I think it's kind of funny. But I think it'd be better if they weren't in this weird thing to where they're technically both heels, and
Yeah. Oh no.
because I mean, you kind of got like, for instance, it's kind of like, okay, think of the corporation back in the day.
Okay.
You knew they were heels.
Yeah.
It was no going around what they were. They were straight heels. Period. There was no this guy's kind of likable. This and that. Now you got the Authority where it's this weird blurred line to where Triple H and them are faces sometimes, and Kane sometimes he's kind of a face. He's not even a tweener. He's literally just a face sometimes, and sometimes he's a heel.
Hey, don't forget about Big Show.
Yeah, big. Oh God, man. Him. I forgot he was even affiliated with the Authority until Monday. I'm like, oh yeah, he is. And then is it Randy Orton technically still in the Authority? Like I'm confused.
No, not Randy so
Oh,
much. Not.
no, and speaking of, we didn't mention when I'll just kind of go off of this real quick. We didn't mention like what did you think of Randy not being able to hold a straight face when New Day was roasting him?
Oh, he started corpsing.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. That'll be on Botchamania, definitely.
Yeah.
It was this whole Raw overall was just I call it
Ridiculous.
yeah, well I call it a Raw recrap. Yeah, it's just and Jay, we went over twice in one day, so yay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. We did it for you, DJ. We did it for D Rock. We did it. We did it for you. I'm trying to see is there anything else you want to talk about, DJ?
Did y'all hear ESPN is gonna do a segment on WWE every week now?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Really?
Yeah, and the first one up is gonna be with Seth Rollins,
Hmm.
and I think it's gonna be Coach that's gonna be doing the interview, right?
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I did hear about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
cause I remember I think Michael Cole was like, oh yeah, our old buddy Coach, or one of them said it. That commentary just make me just don't care.
yeah. I don't listen to nothing they say
Yeah,
about it,
the reason I put it on mute because I was like I was doing other things and I was just listening. I'm like, why I'm listening to this shit? But
but it makes me wonder if so now you've had two E60 specials featuring WWE stuff. Now you're gonna have this weekly, whatever interview thing on ESPN. Do you think at some point that we might have an actual WWE show on ESPN, like a wrestling show or something?
They need to, because I think it would force them to step their game up. Because ESPN, I feel like they're not gonna talk to them in character. They're not, it's gonna be straight up talking about the business aspect of it. And I think maybe with that kind of outside influence, a lot of people watch ESPN who don't watch wrestling.
Yeah.
It'll get them a lot more like, people maybe who used to watch it, who stopped. A lot of they'll be seeing it. They'll get a lot more harsher criticism because there's not going to be people who are going to have a bias towards these wrestlers. They're going to say how they feel.
Yeah.
Maybe with that exposure, it'll force them to change certain things. When you get on ESPN, they tend to talk about a lot of political shit. Not like politics, but shit that's going on in society. Maybe they'll actually bring up, so why do y'all do this with the women? If they get set on ESPN, it's going to, catch a lot more ears, and then the conversation will be talked about even more.
Yeah.
Talk about why isn't this person push more if this is what they want. You get that set enough in those, those type of, places, maybe they'll actually force change.
Well, it's possible, but I think it's kind of weird too that they're okay. Well, what exactly are they saying by doing this whole thing with ESPN? Because now it's supposed to be sports entertainment. Well, sports entertainment is considered, like that. Well, you go into a real sports network. So are they saying that all sports is sports entertainment in a sense? Because I have this theory that all facets of entertainment have basically took the idea of what wrestling was and has incorporated into their business. And if you think about it, they all kind of build up certain people. They bury certain people. They, push people at different times and stuff like that. And I always had that theory, but in recent years, and more I think about it, I kind of see that. I don't know if y'all ever thought it like that, but I do.
Yeah, I mean, they do that in everything from UFC to building up a fight to boxing. They even do that in basketball in a sense. You get in trouble, you do that on football. They build you up. You're on all these promotions and commercials and shit. You get in trouble, they kind of just take you down a notch. And then all of a sudden, I'm not saying those are scripted or predetermined, but it seems like all of a sudden this person's losing all of a sudden.
Yeah.
In a sense, it feels like wrestling in a sense.
Yeah. Can we all agree that LeBron James is John Cena at this point?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's who watch basketball, but yeah.
He'll take the loss when it's necessary to put another team over, yeah.
and there's a love-hate thing with him. He gets cheered and booed all at the same time. The kids all love him. So
that's a hell of a comparison, Jay.
Hey, I have a lot of time on my hands to think about stuff like this.
It's pretty accurate. I'm not even gonna lie, it's pretty accurate.
I think like that for some reason.
DJ, what do you think about Stone Cold getting pulled from the show from was it from Raw? Jay?
Yeah.
I heard he was supposed to be on Raw. What happened with that?
Well, okay. Now there's two different things now, because earlier when we saw it, it was all over Twitter and everything, where he was announced on the WWE homepage of being on next week's Raw, even though he's always been booked to do, his podcast with Brock Lesnar after the show. But on the homepage of WWE Network, he was promoted as being live on the show, which, like I told Keda in the first part earlier, I told her that I think he was going to be a part of that Legends panel where they go over, earlier this year. And instead of having who we call Red and Yellow, Stone Cold was going to fill his spot along with Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. But so they say that they pulled him from that. But then, like a couple of hours ago, Stone Cold himself tweeted out and said that he was never officially booked as part of being on the show. So he said there's
out there without having it confirmed, basically.
Yeah, so it's almost like it made me think: are they doing that just to have people talking about next week's show? In a sense,
maybe
definitely to get people to tune in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's they. I don't know what would make it better. The product at this point.
I mean, but at the same time, Stone Cold is the man in a sense. I mean, if you announce that he's gonna be on Raw, people that probably ain't watched in years, they will tune in to see him on that show. So the ratings will go up just for that.
Not one of the ones that's been out there every other week. Like The Rock at this point, it's not exciting seeing him come back.
Yeah, because he come back like every couple of months or something. So,
well, every year in a way. But yeah, once a year.
But Austin, you don't see him on WWE Raw or even pay-per-views that often. I think the last time he was on, what was it, WrestleMania?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about last year WrestleMania, not this year. I'm talking about last year.
Yeah, well, him and Red, Yellow, and The Rock.
And Rock, yeah. So
last time he's been on actual Raw has been who knows how long ago that was.
Yeah, so it would be with him showing up, it would be like, oh, okay, I got to tune in to see what is he gonna do on there. So especially with it being in Texas too. So I don't know. So then for them to announce that he's not gonna be on there, but when he said, well, I was never officially booked to be on there. So,
okay.
So I don't know what they got going on.
Yeah, that's just.
Like they tried to sneak in some ratings.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Well, they come up with decent storylines. Maybe you have to do that crap.
Exactly. Because I mean, as we all know, Austin don't pull no punches when it comes to them. I mean, because I was surprised that the interview that he had with Vince and Triple H on his podcast show for the network. I was surprised at them. And if you notice, because I was like, okay, well, I want to see what he's going to talk about with Stephanie. Next thing you know, he's not on there. She's doing an interview with Chris Jericho.
Oh, because he was going to bring up the whole China thing.
Nah, he
definitely brought up China, and he definitely would have brought up the Macho Man shit. I definitely don't see him not bringing that up.
Yeah, I can see that. Because Jericho is like more like
He's a company man.
yeah, basically like he's more like he's that type of person would give you a hug, and Stone Cold's a person would like just beat the shit out you. Like yeah, he's one of them people when it comes to
Yeah.
interviews.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But the
Because I
great thing about Stone Cold is, as much punches as he pulls, you know he doesn't mean it in a personal way. You know he just,
yeah,
hey, I'm asking what you want to hear.
yeah, he doing his job in a sense. You
all
know,
right.
he doing his job. Because I was surprised that he when he asked Vince about who was that I'm trying to remember who he asked Vince about, and I was like,
Cesaro.
no, not Cesaro. It was something like
Well,
real serious, and he asked him about him. Damn, I
we
can't
brought up
remember.
CM
Yeah, Punk. Yeah, he brought that. I was like, damn, he actually brought that up. But I like the way he do it too, because he'll kind of lean over in the chair, and it's like he'll be talking about one thing, and then he'll just sneak that question in on him, and they'll be
out
like,
of nowhere. Like,
yeah, it's like yeah, you really went there with me, and I wasn't prepared to answer this question. but yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of interested in seeing his podcast episode with Brock Lesnar, because I think that's gonna be interesting.
I want to see him doing with Undertaker, because I feel like there's a lot of stories that can be told. Because Undertaker rarely does interviews, and when he does, they're usually like with news stations and
Yeah.
promoting. It's not like real interviews. Like, I don't think there's a shoot interview that exists to him. So it'd be kind of good. Because I mean, we could think of this stuff from that happened in '97 that I'd like to hear answered.
Yeah.
It's Hell in a
Yeah.
Cell questions. Like, is it true that the cage wasn't meant to break when you threw Mick Foley through? I've heard so many rumors.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, speaking of that, from what I heard, he was the spot where he throw him off the cage onto the announce table. That was supposed to happen, but the choke slam through the cage into the ring was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, they say the cage was supposed to like kind of sag in. That's how they planned it, but that was going to be it.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to break, but like Jim Ross said on the commentary, he said, well, when you got two 300-pounders up there, what you expect? So
Yeah.
and then the whole backstage thing at Survivor Series '97. Did the Undertaker really go at Shawn Michaels and Vince and say, well, it was I think he threatened them or something. Something he did, supposedly he did backstage, where Undertaker was legit pissed off about what happened with Bret Hart. So I like to know the answer to that too.
Yeah.
Remember, Jay, I was like, I would love to see Undertaker out the curtain for the Hall of Fame, and he was like, no.
Yeah, for the Hall of Fame, I don't know.
I want to see him out of curtain. It's just for the Hall. It's just only one night. It's not he gonna be like Kane, come on Raw the next week and be a whatever general manager or something.
In a sense, we kind of need Undertaker to be the one guy that just completely stayed in character.
Yes.
I mean, we allow him to forget the whole American Badass. And
I did.
I didn't hate it. They definitely broke his character.
Well, Vince don't like that time period for the Undertaker. He tries not to acknowledge that.
They rarely show replays of it, and when they do, it's usually him in the actual ring wrestling.
Yep.
Where he still has his wrestling gear on, so it's like you can't really tell what the gimmick was.
Yeah, and especially for like WrestleMania time when they used to go through the list like that back in that little era, that little glimpse of was that 2000 and what?
Because he was like that from 2001 until 2004.
Yeah. I think 2005 he went back to his regular character.
Yeah, because what's his name? Kane buried him, and then he came back. He was like the hybrid. He was transitioning back from American Badass, Big Evil, if you will, into back to the Phenom in a sense. So
that was WrestleMania 20. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, how he's dressed now is somewhat similar to Big Evil in a sense. He's like, but now he's old evil. So.
What'd you call him, Jay? A pissed off old man?
yeah, a pissed off old man. He's old evil now. He's not Big Evil. He's old evil now.
Oh wow, old evil. I gotta write that down.
Yeah, old evil.
Old evil. I like that one.
and like I said, I love the Undertaker too. But yeah, he's just a pissed off old man who hit people between the balls now. So
I hit you in the balls. But
Taker, remember I asked y'all favorite Hell in a Cell matches? What would y'all say the worst Hell in a Cell match was? Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Boss Man versus Undertaker.
when he crucified.
Yeah. Go back. You listen to this, you have the network. Go back and watch Armageddon 2000, I think, where they had the 6-pack Hell in a Cell, and they were doing a promo for the match, and they were like, Undertaker, you've been in 2 Hell in a Cell matches. Now, how do you feel this being your 3rd Hell in a Cell? The fact that he didn't acknowledge that he fought Boss Man at WrestleMania. They
In
do all
'99.
promo packages, and they never acknowledged that he had a WrestleMania match against Boss Man. Oh, God. Like,
Well, I mean that was terrible. The only thing, there's only two things I take away from that WrestleMania match. One, him hanging Boss Man,
Oh
and
gosh.
the second thing is the fact that his cape that he was wearing looked like Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when he come walking. That's the only two things I take away from that. But I don't know.
oh, and it was the debut of Edge and them joining the Ministry of Darkness.
Yeah, but that was, to me, that was, I know, like we said, Vince don't like the American Badass Undertaker. I don't like the 1999 version of Undertaker. I really don't, cause that was him. Yeah, he was at his most evil at that point, but I don't know, just something about that. Yeah, it was just something about that I just didn't like. So I don't know.
Like it's like he would overdo the eye rolling back, and it was like too over the top. It was too gimmicky.
Yeah.
Felt a little boogeyman-ish.
Oof.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Farouk out there, goddamn Bradshaw out there looking like fucking idiots and shit.
yeah.
I don't know
Damn.
what Visceral was to be. It was just a lot going on there.
But don't
Can you
forget,
imagine Farouk, Ryan Simmons out there just as a fucking zombie or whatever he was supposed to be, and
hey, I don't know what they were supposed to be.
I don't know what that was. All that was just.
And then you had what's his name, Minion. Like what the hell? Like what the hell is what they
like
got
mini Undertaker, whatever he was supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know. And then don't forget, after that, after the corporate ministry kind of faded, you had the unholy alliance between him and Big Show. And I don't know what that was.
Good God.
Yeah, I don't.
That was. They talk about the tag team division being bad last year. No, that's when the tag team division was its lowest, when they had to make tag teams like these makeshift tag teams. You Kane and your X-Pacs, your Big Show attackers. Like they just had these. Honestly, I never really liked the Rock and Mankind, to be honest. I thought I didn't think it really made sense.
But it did make sense. You got two guys who literally beat the hell out of each other for a year and a half, and then all of a sudden they're in a tag team together.
Like earlier that same year, you gave him way too many chair shots to the head.
Yeah.
And he real life had backstage heat on you because you hurt him, and he told you not to hit him that many times.
So and then but then again, I mean, out of that, we do get what was considered the highest rated segment of all time, which was The Rock, "This Is Your Life." So I mean, that came out. Of that. So
Yeah, that's good within the bad.
Yeah, I mean, at least it wasn't like when Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold was tag team champions, and they had a match at King of the Ring, and it was like, okay, why are they having a match and they the tag team champions, and then the match ends in a
weird tag team champion. Then you had Taker, and they didn't get along. That's some weird. Kane and Mankind, would they be on and off again friends? It's just weird.
Yeah, they would be a tag team. They would be a tag team 1 minute, then they having a brutal match the next. It was like, what the hell is?
And they got a Hell in a Cell match on Raw against each other.
Oh man. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Keda kind of lost right now.
No. I'm not. I'm just listening to you. You are like entertaining me right now. I'm doing homework in your ear, so pretty much.
The moral of all this basically is everybody who's a fan, we should all admit that wrestling, even in its good times, even in its best times, had its shitty moments. Even in its best times.
True. Yeah. Very true. But right now, it's just the shit's extra bad. Like, it's like
it's basically WCW 2000, but for the last 2.5 years in a sense.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about the Raw, the only thing I like, we ain't had no 6 tag team match. Thank you, I appreciate it. Like I appreciate it. Thank you. That's all I gotta say. Like thank you, WWE. Appreciate it. I'm sick of that
But
shit.
wait till next week.
Let me enjoy this week,
Exactly.
DJ. Shit. Let me enjoy. Well, technically, Raw ended. I'm not Raw. SmackDown. So I don't know. I might watch SmackDown this week.
Yeah, I'm not watching no SmackDown.
No, well, I'm talking about just the Divas part. I want to see what they're gonna do with Naomi and Sasha storyline. That's about it. I'm not watching this show. Oh hell no, no. I gotta deal with Jerry Lawler. No, I'm okay. No, no. Is there anything else you want to talk about, DJ, before we wrap this up?
I already had, at this point. I appreciate y'all letting me on the show again. It's pretty cool.
Oh, no problem. Hey, no problem. Thank you again for all the intros.
Hey,
And
we appreciate having you on. I mean, you always drop some insightful knowledge and also some swerves that make me and Keda die laughing. So
yeah, cause I think was it the NXT one we have Jay, and I was like he got us with the camera joke. We were
yeah, that,
stuck.
that camera.
Yeah, when you listen to NXT one, listen to that. We were stuck.
That was practice.
That was stuck. That was stuck. So, Jay, you need to do plugs again.
Um,
Just plug in the show. And
no, I'm not doing that because I'm gonna edit this in between the and the other one, so I don't have to do plugs.
no, this is part 2. No.
No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the plugs from that one and attach it to this one. So
No, but that's part 1.
I know that, but I'm talking about as far as show plugs and everything.
Oh, okay. All right,
do
whatever.
this.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
See, you arguing when we recording. See what you did, John Cena. Well, and check out our movie talk. What's the name of the movie again? With the bug.
Movie was called Mimic.
Yes.
Yes, it was Jay and Keda movie talk with DJ as well. He was on that episode too. So we kind of did 2 episodes back to back here.
Well, technically 3 in one day, but I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I talked to Jay more than like 6 hours today. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we're trying to get his.
Yeah, where can they find you at on Twitter, man?
Oh, yeah, follow me on Twitter at Slowed and Chop. That's Slowed, SLOWD, N, the letter N, and then Chop, CHOPPED.
Yeah.
Follow me on there. I tweet about wrestling, I tweet about music sometimes. I'll be kind of low key on there.
All right, cool. And Jay, do plugs.
All right, well, make sure. Oh, I'm actually gonna do the plus. See, I'm surprised you ain't say nothing about that. But I'm gonna do it. You can follow. Make sure you follow KedaNJay Show on Twitter. That's at KEDA, the letter N JAY SHOW. You can follow me on Twitter at the J Giles. That's THEJAY GILES. Keda, you can go.
Oh, I thought you was gonna do all of it. I'm just saying.
No.
Dang. Okay, we'll follow me. Ass. Follow me at you know it 1991. I'm not spelling that. Don't spell it out, Jay. They know where to find us. Okay, they know where to find us. And follow us on SoundCloud. We heart us, like us, and YouTube as well. SoundCloud is soundcloud.com /Keda-J. Follow us there. And I'm trying to see, do I need? Oh, one more shout out. I always shout him out because he's like my mentor in a way, I guess, doing podcasts. Go follow up PJTW Central. That's Peter and Jay talks wrestling. They talk not wrestling, wrestling. Is there anything else you want to shout out, DJ?
Oh, no, that's it. I appreciate y'all having me on the show.
Oh, no problem. We'll let you know when to come back on. It's probably later this month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be later this month.
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we'll let you know, and you on the West Coast time, so All right, well, thanks y'all for listening, and peace.